Welcome, everyone. We are here at the Innovation Alley podcast room on Adelaide Street in Winnipeg, Innovation Alley, and we have Carly Shuler with us today from Kindoma. Welcome, and glad to have you here today.
Thank you. Thanks so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Absolutely. So today's a big day for Kindoma, and we want to hear a little bit more about, first off, what is the company and what's the big thing happening today?
Yeah, sure. So Kindoma makes video calling and messaging apps for young kids and their loved ones. So you can think Skype for kids with an interactive twist. We are a startup that is co-located in Winnipeg and Palo Alto, which is kind of rare, but also kind of
Absolutely.
awesome.
Yep.
And today we're launching our first ever crowdfunding campaign. So it's a huge endeavor. We've been putting a ton into it, and we're really excited about it.
Perfect. So how did you get started in this? I know from a background point of view, now you've had a lot of experience in the children's media space. Could you tell the audience a little bit about that and how you came up with the idea?
Yeah, of course. So I've been working on children's educational media for over 10 years now, which seems crazy. I got my start at Spin Master Toys, which is a Canadian startup success story and a Toronto-based toy company. Yeah. When I worked there, it was a lot smaller, and now it's huge, which is exciting. And so when I was there, I felt that there was a lot of people working to develop toys for kids that didn't necessarily have a background in education. So they would have to reach out and find educators who didn't have a background in toys and media. And so I felt like there was an opportunity to bridge that gap. So I went back and got a master's in technology and education from the Harvard Graduate School of Education, which led me to Sesame Street. So at Sesame Street, I worked at a research lab where we were just trying to understand how new and emerging forms of media and technology can help kids learn the same way Sesame Street did originally on television when television was not an educational medium at all. So while I was there, I was staffed on a research project under Sesame Street's Military Families Initiative, aimed at understanding how to use video chat, Skype specifically at the time, which was just becoming mainstream, to help families connect when a parent is deployed. And so on that research project, we teamed up with Nokia Research Labs, where I met my now business partner, Tico, and we found that adding a shared activity like reading or drawing made video calls with young kids go from an average of 2 or 3 minutes to an average of almost 20 minutes. And wow. I don't know if you or anyone listening has a young kid, but you know how hard it is to video chat with a 3-year-old.
Exactly. It's really, you're building a whole entirely relationship. It's not just with the chat, it's a relationship thing then.
Exactly. And in reality, when you're with a child in person, you don't expect them to have long conversations. So you add the challenge of video chat, grandparents who are away, parents who are away, parents who travel, military families, hospitalized families, and you think about how technology and screens can be a window to bring those families together and help them build a relationship. But what our big finding on that research project was that you need a shared activity to do together.
Yeah, perfect.
Tell us about the crowdfunding campaign. So what are you putting out for sale? And then I want to hear a little bit about what kind of work you had to do to get the crowdfunding campaign going.
Sure. So we are launching a crowdfunding campaign on Indiegogo. So Indiegogo is very similar to Kickstarter, if you're familiar with Kickstarter, but it focuses more on social innovation and digital products. And obviously we are a digital product with a social innovation and a social benefit. So that's where we're doing it. We're trying to raise $40,000 to help bring our family connecting apps to Android. We are iOS only right now, and in reality, not all kids have access to iPads and iPhones, and so we want to be able to bring our apps to more families who need it. Also, for every $5 we raise, we're going to donate a Kindoma subscription to a family who's struggling with distance because of hospitalization, incarceration, or military service.
Wow.
So we're trying to do well by doing good.
So how do you make a crowdfunding campaign work? Like, what are the things you do to make it successful?
Well, I'll tell you if we make it successful, but it has been a ton of work. This crowdfunding campaign has been a big endeavor for the entire Kindoma team. So obviously you have to think about what you're going to raise and what your goals are, and then you have to figure out how to tell your story. And so we've been working with Handcraft, which is a local video company, to put together our video, and we're really excited about it. Kevin Gunther, our creative director, has been working really hard to make our story visual and to help people understand it. You have to think about the perks and how you're going to reward people or thank people from contributing. And then it comes to today, which is where we're at, and we have to get the word out.
So right now, for the folks listening, we're going to have the links to the campaign, to the videos online, so you can see that and what the whole campaign is about. Now, for some of the apps that are already out there, how can people download them? Are they on the iTunes App Store, Google? Where can they find the current apps out there?
Yeah, so our apps, we have 2 apps available right now. Kindoma Storytime, which allows you to read together over video chat, and Kindoma Draw Time, which allows you to draw together. Both are available on iOS right now, so iPhones and iPads on the Apple App Store. Nothing is available on Android yet, and that's part of why we're doing the crowdfunding campaign.
Perfect. So from an outcome standpoint, so the campaign's done, the hard work starts. What does 3 months from now look like as you're moving on to that next step? Any ideas there?
Yeah, that's a great question. So 3 months from now, hopefully we will have raised our $40,000 through our campaign, and we'll be building our Android port. If we raise our fund, which I'm sure we will, then we will be able to deliver on Android by the end of Q1 2015. No, the end of Q1 2016.
Happy New Year.
Yeah.
How big of an impact is it going to be to have this Android app? I know, like if you have iOS, it works if all the participants have iOS, and I think if you can get to another platform, how much bigger could you get?
Well, that's right. A communications app is interesting in that it requires 2 parties. And so when you think about something like Skype, for example, you might be on your desktop or your Apple device, and the person you're talking to might be on an Android device or on their laptop. And so really for a communications company, we need to be everywhere. We need to be on Android, we need to be on the web, and we need to be able to connect people no matter what they're on. So it would have a huge impact on both the families that are connecting using our products and, of course, us as a company.
So after Android, you're looking at a web app maybe?
After Android, we would do web. And if we are able to hit this crowdfunding campaign out of the park and reach stretch goals, our next stretch goal is web.
Perfect. Well, I think that's a good thing for listeners to realize is that it's from a connectivity standpoint, it's just not just another chat app. Like, it's building this relationship. You're connecting people. Especially you look at military service. They can't afford to have a $2,000 iDevice sitting with them. They need to use whatever's there, and they need to have a good relationship with it. So this campaign is really going to change the lives of tens of thousands of folks in service. So hopefully you can check out the links, check out the video, check out the campaign, and help support you folks. That's it'd be great to see this succeed.
Thank you. We'd love it. We'd love to have a Winnipeg company join the ranks of crowdfunding success, and we really need your support. So thank you.
Absolutely. Take care, and we'll follow up soon.
Thanks.
Thank you.